You want a real view? What you want to look at?
Cadence.
Box, you want live from the field? You gonna need a real shooter for this one. Hey, holla, 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 holla fame. If they talking down about me, put $1 by the name. How you trying to play without me? Know I'm running with the game. How you thinking it's a game? I ain't playing bad a thing. Make them holla, holla, bang, 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 bang. Make them holla, holla, bang, 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 bang. Make them holla, holla, bang. Hey. Yeah, let me slide through. They can't do it like I do it, they just try to. From the camera to the breakdown, don't get lied to. I ain't saying number 3, but right beside 2.
How y'all feel? Fire! That shit weak. How y'all feel? Fire! How y'all feel? Fire! What's up, fellas? What's up, fellas? What's up, fellas?
It's probably like on day. Shit. If I gotta fight for love, bitch.
Now, what you gonna do with it? Because they didn't just come to see you show up. They came to see you show out. So my question is, what you gonna do with the moment? Let's make
Ali's trainer, right?
BQ Sports League. These boys be playing at warp speed. If you got a good coach, support please. It's a heavyweight fight with more teams. The media hype is on team. With that boy Hall of Fame, we gon' win. With the BYC, we roll in. When they go against us, they gon' fold in. Don't be late for the rush hour. He be acting like Ghost when he on power. The fans be ready to go hours. When they talking cash money, it goes sour. But they be off the hook when they on the book. 22 but sauce, so they got the look. With the ball in their hand, they be off the hook. Like an NBA player, they got the cook.
Let's dominate. Yes, let's take advantage of it. Let's make it subdue itself. Fellas, but I want you to have fun. The 3 words, what are they? Smart, discipline, antagonist. Let's do it all day long. I want to see that. Because we about to go out there and do what they want.
The trench game, and you know, when you come down to the trenches, it's all about who has gas in that fourth quarter. You know, and this is the first game of the year, you know, and a lot of people, like you said, Mike, that spring stuff or those tournaments, man.
All right. Hey, we got the Chiefs in the building. Game of the week. Where my head coach? Normally I got a mic and we got speakers out here, but we don't.
And being able to change it. How hard is it to change a scheme or play calling once the season starts compared to doing the adjustments right in the preseason?
It's real hard. You know, if it ain't working, you're going to try to figure it out to make it work. But it's
Hall of Fame TV have partnered with D1 Nation to bring you some of the hottest youth content live streamed directly to the D1 Nation platform so you can catch all the action of the D1 Nation Nationals going down in Dallas, Texas, 2024. Join today. Add your team to the list. Who will be crowned 2024 D1 Nation National Youth Champion 2024 on Hall of Fame TV. Hey, let's play D1. Hall of Fame TV, we will be in the building. Let's get it.
Hey man, how can I get that Big U Sports League merch?
Hey, you asked for it. We got it. Big Youth Sports League merch. Go to our website, thebigyouthleague.com. Go to the merch tab and choose the merch you want. We got t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, and anything you need. Thebigyouthleague.com. Our staff will create these pieces for you and mail them off to you. Drop ship at the drop of a dime. Big Youth Sports League merch at thebigyouthleague.com.
Ali's trainer right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. The heavyweight champion is taking the mandatory 8 count.
Bro.
Thank you.
Hey man, let's get it. It's week 4, episode 5, Big U Business Podcast is going down
I'm your boy Hall of Fame. We got Pat Botees in the building. And your boy Raymond, man. We about to get to it. Hey, I'm going to call this episode Pop Season, man.
D. Ali's trainer right next to me is saying it. You may hear it.
Let's get into it, Pat and Raymond.
Down goes Frazier.
Hey man,
It's going
pop
down.
goes my mind like the old R&B song, man. It was a lot of R&B singing and flower bringing this weekend, baby.
Nah, fact, but
No doubt.
before we get into
Hey,
that Pop
also,
Season,
man.
man. Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead, Pat.
Oh no, go ahead. I got you. Maestro, you hosted.
Nah, I was just saying, don't forget to go purchase our merch. I seen the commercial before we got on. Go purchase that merch, man. $20, $25 shirts, tank tops, jackets, long sleeve shirts. What else we got?
Hoodies, everything. Hey, check it out. I got on the Blues Clues, baby. We switched the logo up a little bit. We rocking the Blues Clues, popping tags. Go pop them tags and get that gear. Everybody been asking about it. We will be on site at the playoffs and the Super Bowl, but you can get it online right now. TheBigYouthLeague.com. Holler at Jenny. Jenny's gonna make them for you on demand. Get you the gear to you as soon as possible, man. Let's get busy.
But man, week 4, man, it was again like I said, pop season. Let's get into it, man. Before we get into the score, I say Bullet is for real, y'all. What y'all think? Bullet is for real? They the real deal?
Yeah, Bullet's real on all levels. I think I know for myself, just speaking for me, I had to see them in person. I wanted to see them in person. Got to see them. Got to see that 10U team. Got to see that 7U team. Got to see that 8U team. Still haven't put my eyes on that 9U yet. Going to see them coming up here real soon, possibly this weekend. I definitely want to see that 11U team, man. But yeah, Bullet's real on all levels, baby, all levels. So, man, that's the. And I will say this, just again, my own personal opinion. I think they are the top organization in North Texas, just from top to bottom, from their flag team all the way to their 12U team. I just don't know of any organization that has as strong of a levels. They may not be one on every level, but they within the top 5. They within striking distance on every level at every age group, man. And that's shout out to Terrence Bullitt and that whole Bullitt Football Academy.
Man,
yeah, Bullet is they the real deal Holyfield for sure.
But also,
I'm gonna get out and watch them too.
You gotta get out there and watch them. I want to see that 9U. I haven't got a chance to check out the 9U with my own eyes yet. I want to see that 9U.
Me too.
But also around the league, we had them Eagle Mountain Horn Frogs. Can you hear me? I said we had them Eagle Mountain Horn Frogs out there too this weekend. What y'all think about them?
I'm gonna say this. Got to watch a lot of the games online. Shout out to Mike Riley. He was catching the Holy Ghost in the booth or something. I never seen the Jesus Christ. He was just super excited in the booth. And yeah, they look good, man. They played some great competition the entire day. And I mean, they stood on business the entire day or whatever. And shout out to Eagle Mountain. You put us on game about them in way back in early August before anybody in the Metroplex knew who they was. We affectionately call them EMYA.
Yeah, EMYA, Eagle Mountain Horn Frogs. I call them at they Battle of 820, and they look nice. I think they compete with some of the best teams over here. Big U Sports, Texas Sports. I think they got something.
I think so too, and it's a corner of the Metroplex that we rarely talk about. So it's always nice to kind of put some shine on something that nobody else has seen. We know who the main heavy hitters are, but hey, they're putting their name in the hat too to say, hey, we coming in, man. We gonna show y'all we got a little something on this side of Fort Worth as well.
Yeah, I think they got a good big matchup coming up this weekend, playing against Bullet. Good measuring test to see where they are, and then also, seeing if Bullet can keep that train rolling this weekend. So, look forward to seeing the Horned Frogs.
Me too. I'm ready to see them. But
Horned Frogs on here, man. Any of the Eagle Mountain Youth Association families, friends, coaches, everybody, man, post in the group. Hey, post in these comments right now. We want to see EMU, man. Y'all are starting to pop out on that radar. Let's get it.
Hey, you represent. I'm saying who
Absolutely.
represent, man. Drop it in the comments. Who represent today? Let's get it. But we also have it in the league. We had Dallas Rhino 10U back-to-back wins. What y'all think about that?
Woo! Look, so I was out at the Rhinos field a couple of weeks ago. And man, they did that thing, man. They about 30 something deep on that team or whatever, like one of the biggest teams on that level. And I'll say North Texas Chiefs, I think they have about the same amount of numbers, but they are big in numbers. I felt like they had something at the beginning of the season. I know they took a couple of early losses and stuff, but man, they kind of found themselves. The coaching has got them to where they're pointing. I mean, a big victory against the Dallas Cardinals this week. And so I was like super impressed with what they got going on over there. Shout out to Reese and them Dallas Rhinos. And they rocking the Dallas Cowboy style uniform and they playing way better than Dallas Cowboys.
No, thanks. You got something to say about them, Raymond? I'm gonna bring you on screen.
No, man, they was just shout out to the Rhinos again, building that program up. To Reese, that 10U staff, man, good job with the back-to-back wins, starting to kind of gain some momentum. Dallas Cardinals 10U is a good opponent, and so yeah, good job, Rhinos, back-to-back. Let's see if we can keep it going.
And then I also moved around in the league. We had Sleazy Mob 10U coming up versus Bully. What y'all think about that, man?
Sleazy Mob gonna do what Sleazy Mob gonna do. I think this past weekend they played the DFW Cobras. If I'm not mistaken, that score was 46-0. Have Mr. Braylon Richardson, which is one of our top Heisman front runners on that 10U level. Great quarterback, great linebacker. For me, I think he is an overall athlete that you can pretty much put anywhere on the field and he is going to perform. Again, that team looked really, really good. They have a really strong run game. Their defense always comes to play. They got the landlord on that line who's taking up space and collecting rent payments on a weekly basis, man. And if you ain't got his rent, he's evicting you. So shout out to Big Cam and that coaching staff, man, and how that North Texas Chiefs elite team 10U looks. And man, just for me, he does have Bullet coming up in a few weeks. I would really, really love to see them play Kaufman County Cowboys. I think they're lurking kind of in the background, just waiting their time. I know they've got Bullet circled on their calendar, but Sleazy Mob, man, it's just one of them teams. They are a traditional 10U team, but I also think that they are they are a top 10U team regardless of what side of the ledger you put them on. I don't think it really matters who you line up in front of them. I think it's going to be probably pretty much the same results. So I look forward to seeing Cam and that group as they get better as they go down the road and see some tougher competition.
All right, fact. And while we on the North Texas Chiefs elite, hey, 9U, they are on that win. They get a win. They finally get a win. What y'all think about that?
Hey, I would say shout out to Cletus. I know they've been a little frustrated with the start of the season, but I think they're getting to that sweet spot of the season. You know, we're only 4 weeks in, still got a lot of weeks to go, and got a big win against EMIA, Eagle Mountain. And I watched that game. It was a back and forth, nip and tuck game. Defense, penalties, this and that, just back and forth. Shout out to the staff over there, and I think they're starting to try to find themselves and start making moves up the chart on the APU side.
Hey man, can North Texas Chiefs 9U get back on track? That's the question of the day. Well, let me know in the comments right now. Can North Texas 9U get back on track? But we also have Lancaster Bulldogs 10U with their first win of the season, man. What y'all think about that?
That was shout out to Coach. Man, he's been putting in that work. Young coach, man. I think Coach Calvin, if I'm not mistaken. Really, really proud of what he's done. I've had a couple of really good conversations with him. Young coach, man. He's really getting his feet wet. and he's licking his chops, man. He's taking his licks this year. Him and that TU team, man, and they but they're growing. And so for him to get his first win, I just want to congratulate him on just sticking to it, all the hard work that he's put in, all the hard work that those kids have put in. I think this is just the beginning of that Lancaster Elite Bulldog TU team with him at the helm, man. And once he gets this thing rolling, he's going to be a problem because he's not taking any of these losses personal. He's taking them as lessons. And whenever you add somebody wise enough to take things like that for lessons, he's logging in all of the things that he's learning, and I look forward to seeing what he does with that squad moving forward, man, because I also think that that's a young team, a young TU team. So a lot of those kids are going to be back with him. So, yeah, he's going to remember a lot of these whoopings that y'all have been passing out to the Lancaster Elite Bulldogs TU team probably come next year. So look forward to seeing how they grow, man.
Yeah, congratulations on their first win. I'm glad they got the first win because Hall of Fame have been talking bad about the Bulldogs. I've been in the 10 spot for the last 4 weeks, but y'all have moved up. Congratulations. But we're going to keep it pushing right along to some of these scores around the league.
So the Cardinals, you want to talk about the Cardinals AU?
Yeah, I sure did skip that. Cardinals AU is steamrolling into Kincaid Stadium. Yeah, they all
he's about to throw some scores up there. He was about to throw some scores up there.
But let's get into the AU, Dallas Cardinals.
Man,
AU
got those scores?
Like Raymond said earlier. The Cardinals, like he said about Sleazy Bob, the Cardinals AU gonna do what the Cardinals AU gonna do. My motto was the first 3 weeks you're gonna find out who teams really are. And now that you're heading into they're 8-0. They're 4-0. They're in first place. And I mean they're in a fight with the Texas State Warriors to see who's gonna get that number 1 seed going into the playoff. I think Brent them got them guys humming. They got some of the most talented players in the league. Guys, y'all put their names out there so we can start touting them for the Heisman trophies and all that good stuff. Let us know who the Heisman Trophy candidates are out there. But, man, they did that thing, a big 28-0 win over the Rhinos. And, shout out to them.
Hey, Dallas Cardinals 6U, though. They won 13-12. That's the wrong one. 13-12 over Dallas Rhino. Let me locate that with right score.
Yeah, that was an over. Yeah, I was confused at first myself because I'm like, wait a minute, we don't have no ties in Big U Sports League. It ended up being a 13-12 win, which puts the Cardinals squarely in first place at 4-0. They've scored 93 points on the season and have only given up 18. So somehow, some way, that flag team with the Cardinals is always at the top of the charts every year.
I call them the cardiac cards. You know what I'm saying? This is the second game that has been like this. And it's one or two things that's going to happen. Either this is going to build a character towards the end of the year so that they're going to have all these tough games and tough wins under their belt, or, these close games are going to catch up with you down the road at the wrong time. So we'll see how that turns out for them and where that goes.
Got you.
I'm going to say this, though. If you look at the point differential, they've had, I think their last couple of games have been them nip and tuck games. At first, they was blowing the doors off the team. So we actually got to figure out which Cardinals team do we have. The team that's blowing everybody out by 35 points are the ones in the last 2 games that have, had super close wins.
Yeah, man.
And then we'll finish out with a 10U. They took a loss, 6-0 over Dallas Rhino.
Yeah, that's once again, we kind of talked about that earlier about the Rhinos, stepping up and winning their last 2, so they're on a win streak. That puts them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th place. They're climbing up the charts. They're actually tied with the Cardinals with a 2-2 record, meaning that they're over the Cardinals as far as the tiebreaker and the tie differential.
Good job. Good job, Dallas Rhinos 10U team. Pat spoke about them earlier, man. So, hey, getting it in.
And then we have the DFW Cowboys versus North Texas Chiefs Elite 6U, 30-0.
Yeah, that North Texas Chiefs Elite. I think Pat spoke about them last week. And he said, the term sleeping. People were sleeping on that squad because of that loss, possibly that last second loss to the Dallas Cardinals. But since then, if I'm not mistaken, they have not had a loss, and I don't even think that they've had a close game. So they are going to be a problem as they move on down the road. I see you got the 8U score up there, 22-0 over DFW Cobras. That 8U, I think, is also getting really good. Again, after that loss to the Dallas Cardinals, they have been moving along. Sleazy Mob gonna do what Sleazy Mob do. 33-0 on that game. Again, great game from Mr. Braylon Richardson. And this is what shocked me. I'm not gonna say shocked me. The score did. Because the North Texas Chiefs Elite, they exploded on Saturday. Hadn't really seen that from them up until that point. DFW Cobras were coming off of a win over Texas Faith Warriors. But yeah, man, they look like they ran into a buzzsaw against against the North Texas Chiefs Elite. Shout out to Coach Ears and that squad, man. They continue to grow as the season goes on.
Hey, and just to add to that, going back to that 6U, the Chiefs have only allowed 7 points on the season. That 7 point they allowed is a game that they lost to the Cardinals. Other than that, they have not given up a point to any other team in the league. So shout out to them on that 6U.
Devin Freeman II. He's a major front runner. We got some tough kids on that Heisman list, man. I know we'll get to that down the road, but yeah, Devin Freeman II. Man, he's been getting busy out there, and I think he's only getting better as this year is going along. And I look to see what that young man has in his progression as we get closer to the playoffs. Grand Prairie Hurricanes and the Texas Wolves. Man, Texas Wolves, man, they try to take stuff wire to wire. As we all know that they are one of the top flag teams in the entire state. Man, they're just hard to beat. Like you got to come out with the bet. You can't have any penalties. Like you have to play a completely clean game against them. That old saying, to beat the champ, to beat the best, you got to be the best. Or to be the best, you got to beat the best. And so they're just they're hard out, man. And it doesn't matter if they beat you by 40 or if they beat you by 12 or if they beat you by 6, they're just going to beat you. And and they're the type of team, they're satisfied with a 12-6 win. They're satisfied with a 12-0 win. So, man, shout out to Coach Jay, Coach Roddy. Man, just for doing this year in and year out. You guys are really becoming legends. The 8U game, shout out to the BTA boys, Coach Devin, and what that team has grown out to be, man. Again, another great defensive game, another shutout. They have number 1, the outside linebacker. I know we highlighted him last weekend. Another great game for him. He is really starting to become the defensive leader of that squad. So, man, shout out to them on that 8U level. Great bounce back, Coach Devin. We had a great conversation about what had to be done with that team, and you look like you're implementing a lot of that. Coach Ken, Big Ken, and MJ with that 10U team, man, they really, after that first week of what we saw from them, they have made a complete turnaround, which is really what I expected of them. They got downhill yesterday with the big running backs and the quarterback, man, and it was just hard to stop yesterday. And they're going to be a hard out. It gets closer to the playoffs, man. It get a little colder outside, man. It get a little bit harder to tackle them big backs. And one thing MJ is going to always run at you, it is going to be a big, fast running back. And so we'll see how it plays out for everybody else. And the Wolves 12U didn't have a game yesterday. But man, they are headed down to some showdowns with the Lancaster Elite Bulldogs and with the Cardinals. Gonna be some big games coming up on that 12U level, man. So great day for the Texas Wolves, man. Sweeps on all levels, picking up steam as the season's going along.
You got anything you want to say, Pat, about them?
Shout out D-Town Panthers. They got their first win on the flag level. Big victory, 26-6. Yeah, I mean, last year I thought that was the best level for the D-Town Panthers as they came into the playoffs and stuff. Now they have an opportunity to start climbing up the rankings on this level, and I think they're gonna do so. You expect to see a few more victories coming out of them in the next few weeks.
And then you have Lancaster 10U 13-6 over D-Town Panthers.
Yeah, now this game I was very interested in because, you know, I was trying to figure out who out of those two had the better 10U. You know, that it was a nip and tuck game. Kind of the game I expected, nothing that I didn't expect. But Lancaster came out and pulled it out. Lancaster's getting a lot of momentum lately. They're starting to pick up wins on different levels and starting to show that they're going to be a force to reckon with the rest of the season.
Then we had the 12U D-Town Panthers 0 versus Dallas Cardinals 7. Oh, that's the forfeit, right?
That ain't even this week.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's
I'm about to say I don't even think that game happened.
Oh, so they bring us. I'm sorry, they bring us to the end of the. They bring us to the end of the scores of the league. So D-Town Panthers only had 2 games, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they only had 2 games this week. They got a forfeit on 8U, so you can lock that in as a 12-0 win for the Panthers on that level. But other than that, yeah, that's all they had this week.
So there you have it, man. They bring us to the scores around the league, week 4. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hey, who got popped, man? Hey, it was that season. It's that week. Can they bounce back week 5? What y'all think? All the teams who got popped.
Man, I don't look. It's early in the season. This week was probably one of the most competitive weeks. And Raymond and I talked about this in league history. As long as we've been doing leagues all these years, this was a super competitive week. A lot of big teams went down. Down goes Frazier, all that type of stuff. So, yeah, I thought it was a really good week. You know, we really hadn't talked about some of the big games that have happened on the APU side where a lot of the popping had. But, you know, I kind of consider that even with the Rhinos game and stuff. I, you know, wasn't expecting it, didn't know what to expect in that game. And they got the Cardinals on that game. So, you know, everybody's got to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out if I see this team again in the playoffs, what we did wrong in the regular season.
Yeah, I'm like Pat. The traditional side really wasn't there. There only one on the traditional side would have been the Rhinos Cardinals game. Again, did not see that come. Didn't, you know, even if the Rhinos would have won, I just did not see the Cardinals just not putting up any points that day, considering the type of offensive firepower that 10U team does have. So for them not to score, that was the one. But we really ain't even got to the poppy yet. Now we get into the poppy. Now we get into looking at this score here. This game, man, you know, we were out at this game of the week. Texas Tar Heels versus Bullet 7U. Shout out to Coach Evans and that 7U staff, man, his offensive coordinator, his defensive coordinator. Man, they were a very confident team before that game. They wasn't cocky, they weren't arrogant, but they exuded so much confidence in that game, man, that they really had an aura about them before that game started. Texas Tar Heels, not gonna lie, even from pregame, even though me and Hall of Fame was interviewing them and talking to them,
They wasn't prepared. They wasn't prepared. I was out there with you. They wasn't prepared. They was all over the place before the game. So yes, they do have a part to it, but there's no excuse. You took a loss.
That does play a part to it though. Like these types of games require, proper preparation. Proper preparation um, to occur in order to be fully successful. And when you start off not on that in that mindset, man, that plays a part. That carries over. But as we got to the game, though, just the game and how it unfolded, number 0 of Bullet, man, that kid is an absolute dog. Had the game sealing interception to close the game out. Number 1, the defensive lineman that Bullet has, man, he basically made it so that the Texas Tar Heels offense never got started on Saturday. Like that defensive line and number 1 in particular, and you got to be a dog to be number 1 on a defensive line. To wear the number 1 and be a defensive lineman and an offensive tackle and still rock that number, you got to be an absolute dog, man, and he is. And so he just would not let anything happen. And then number 18, that kid played, I think he was a safety. Man, just his football IQ, ability to cut off running lanes with angles. Man, he just never let the Tar Heels get anything outside. Number 1, never let them get anything inside. And number 0 just would not let them get passes completed. I mean, they literally had somebody at every level performing. The offense, they got their score on the board. It wasn't a clean game from the 7U offense. I think they left some meat on the bone on Bullet's end. But yeah, man, shout out to Bullet, Coach Evans, amazing job. But on the flip side, Texas Tar Heels, they left the field, man, with some questions that need to be answered. Mainly being, and he's my guy, I love Coach Don to death. Think he's a legendary coach. I've seen his offense be completely unstoppable. But unfortunately, I've seen the flip side of that offense as well. When that run game is not working for him, when he's in that wing tee kind of formation and he's running that, and if that's not working and he can't get that snap off, that offense is just dead in the water. And that is literally what happened on Saturday. And again, being completely honest, man, there was just no adjustments that were made. There was no adjustments after halftime that was made to change that up. And then by the time they got towards the end and they decided to change up some of the scheme and the offensive play calling, man, it was just too late. It was just too late to be able to do that. And again, man, this goes to talk about the league and how great the league is, how competitive it is, how good these coaching staffs are, man. You just can't roll out here with a rec level type of a game plan. Not saying that Tar Heels had that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying in general, you got to be on point with your game plan when you come out, man, because these teams are for real in this league. And so you got to be on point, man. And Texas Tar Heels, they just really weren't on point. Couldn't get the snap off. Blocking things weren't working. Pulling plays wasn't working. Passing plays, the few that they did run, it didn't work either. So big shout out to them, man.
Hey, I want to jump in real quick. We spent a lot of time on this one. We got to really move on. But one thing I will say, and I've said this to Greeny one time when they lost to the Cardinals, hey, I'd rather lose my game early, make my adjustments, and get it in the bowl. So Tar Heels, y'all got a chance to make your adjustments. And when it comes time to play them again, I expect a totally different game plan. Also, y'all had a couple of major injuries of players that didn't play in that game. So I think once you get those heavy hitters back, it'll be a different game. So we'll see how that works out.
And then also we had Dallas Elite versus Bullet, and then 6-0 Bullet way. And then we have North Texas Cowboys versus Bullet on the 10U 48-0. But we're gonna let Terrence talk about that game, and we're gonna end this segment of the scores, and we'll be right back after the highlight plays of the week.
Uh-oh. 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 Will he do it? Oh, whoa. He'll be wrapped up and brought down, but he
Big run on the play.
They'll sneak it. Has a big hole. Truck stick up the middle, and that'll be a touchdown. Chiefs.
Hey, man, we like to welcome our next guest, man. The man from Bullet, man. Hey, Pat, give my man an introduction.
Hey man, he don't need no introduction, man. I think they known, boy. They put their stamp on the whole city, on the state, and they took it nationwide, man, in the summertime. Terrence Bullitt is with us, man. Hey, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this our first guest with no camera, man. Hey, Terry Bully in the building. Let's get it.
Hey, let's get it. Hey, he's a man of many talents and stuff, man. And one talent he has is putting together a whole program that's very visible to everybody in the nation, man. You got your own camera crews out there. They put out fire highlights every week and stuff like that. What was the vision from the beginning?
The vision was to model it off of my personal Division I collegiate experience, professional experience, and what I learned from my coaches, and pay the game forward, and to continue to grow and get better each year, and always stay updated.
That's no what's doubt. Up. Man, sorry, go ahead, Ray. I was out there with you this past weekend, man, and I got to really see your program and how you guys operated, from everything from the field monitors to your book check to your media crew, how the vendors setup was, the security, like everything from top to bottom. So, man, what does it take to run an organization the size of yours, on a given week, just to prepare for a Saturday?
It takes communication and execution, and it takes a village. I definitely can't go out there, do it by myself. You need a team that works together, all has the same vision, and that likes to work, because it's not easy.
Hey, speaking of the village, man, this was a big week. This is why we're bringing you on, man. You guys had some big time matchups and some big time wins. Went undefeated on the whole weekend. Man, start us off with the 7U game, y'all and Flame game, man. That was our game of the week, and I think it lived up to the billing.
Yeah, that was a great game. I know coming into the game, they were ranked by Texas Power Rankings, the #1 team in the state of Texas. I actually know T.O., who's over with the Tar Heels, and I guess the Flame Game's underneath their org. So we knew that they're going to be a great team. Our coaches did a great job of preparation throughout the week, and we won the football game. Hats off to them. We still think they're a great opponent, and we know we're going to have to play them again at some point. So, but that day we took care of business, and shout out to the defense too, holding them to 0 points. Like I said, the coaches did a great job of preparing the boys for that week, and it showed on game day. Offense did that thing, scored enough points to get the win. Defense pitched a shutout. Head coach put together a great game plan, and we won as a unit.
Man, let's talk about that. I actually got to interview. Is Coach Chris, right? Head coach of 7U?
It's Coach Brian Evans.
Okay, I'm sorry, Coach Brian Evans. So we got to interview Coach Evans at the before the game started, man, and just I'm gonna be honest with you like that. And I interviewed the defensive coordinator. I got to spend a little time talking to the offensive coordinator for that 7U squad, man, and they were just confident. They weren't arrogant. They didn't, it wasn't like, hey, we're going to beat these guys and nothing like that. It was just how they talked about how they prepared for that day. So, man, how do you develop your coaching staffs? Like, what do you look for when you're bringing on coaches and putting together your coaching staff?
So we have coaches meetings on Zoom calls, and I kind of try to model it like how it is in high school. I talk to them, but I also don't micromanage. During the summertime is when we'll spend the most time together leading up to the season. And then from there, I coach the head coaches because the one thing you don't want to do is make them do everything that you say. You want them to have their own freedom of, what plays they're going to call or what formation they're going to line up in. But you also want to be a resource to them if they ever want to pick your brain or see what suggestions I may have. Because, good, bad, or ugly, you have to grow through it and get better every week. You won't, even though we won that game, it's already been 24 hours. They got to improve on the little things to be better for the next game. So, main thing I tell them is, yeah, we happy, but also stay humble and stay hungry.
D. Ali's trainer right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier.
No doubt. So, man, the AU, another impressive win. Now, I was
hot snap.
Dallas Elite. Oh, go ahead. You got Hall of Fame. Okay, Hall of Fame throwing them highlights in there left and right.
Formation.
So yeah, big time game.
Quarterback throw the screen. We got a flag on the play. No one hit the home. Oh, he could take this all the way. He turned on the jets to the 30. He ran out of gas. Hit out of bounds by Dallas. Take snap. And off number 7. Oh, he made one miss. That means it's a dog. Rumble, young man, run to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown.
That's what's up.
Man. Shout out to Hall of Fame on the highlights, man. A big win over Dallas Elite. And, I would say the 8U, I've been seeing them kind of battle all year. But I would say this. I felt like they played their best game of the year against Dallas Elite. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting that. We don't do predictions on here. But those guys stepped up and took it to another level. How you feel about the 8U?
Man, we feel great. Our motto is it's all about us. Block out the outside noise and control what you can't control. So in our unit at BFA, the only ones that surprise is the ones that's outside of the organization. We always go into the game confident because we prepare to win each and every week. And our coaches did a heck of a job of getting ready and preparing for a great Dallas Elite team. And we put together a good game plan on offense, defense, and special teams, and we executed.
Hey, Coach, again, I was watching some of the kids out there, man. There was a few of the kids that really, really stood out to me. Number 7 of that 8U team was definitely a playmaker all day and was being the difference.
David Baptiste, baller.
Man,
yes,
he got busy. I have to give a shout out to the 8U defensive coordinator and that defense. Like, that defense caused, I lost track of how many turnovers that defense caused on Saturday playing against Dallas Elite. I know I was on the call with Pat at one time, and I think between like a very short period of time of our conversation, man, it was like 2 or 3 turnovers on their end. And so I really wanted to shout out that 8U, but I kind of want to go back to that 7U. Man, number 0, number 1, and number 18. Hey, man. Yeah, like number 0.
True dog.
Yeah, because number 0 was the one with the game-stealing interception.
That's Big Kane.
Okay, and then number 1 was that defensive tackle, man, that y'all had, brother. Like, they could not.
That's Big Earl, and Earl's the offensive line, defensive line, and in the organization, to wear number 1, you have to be a special player because that's my jersey number when I went to college. So it means a little bit more to me. Number 1 and 33, and Big Earl represented.
Hey, he represented, man. He really destroyed that entire game plan that the Tar Heels had for the day. Like, he controlled that entire. Shout out to that entire defensive line. Man, people don't realize that the reason that game went the way that it went was just that they could not really get a snap off. They couldn't really get a clean handoff off. And all of that came because of that pressure on the inside. And number 18, anytime that they did try to get play to the outside, man, he cleaned it up. show a high level of football intelligence with his ability to be able to cut things off with angles. That's what I really watched with him yesterday, man, was just his ability to be able to just cut off plays. There were several plays I thought that the Tar Heels were going to break. Where number 0, it kind of hit a little crease off in there, man, and he cleaned it up immediately. So, man, what do you think about those 3 kids, man?
That's Gavin LeBlanc. He's also a baller, very special, a great kid, hell of an offensive player, but even better defensive player, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a leader, but all 3 of those players, they're great players, great kids. They show up ready to work every practice. They're not selfish players. They know it takes a unit to win the games, and they're athletes that are going to continue to get better. And there's even some more players on that team that we may not be talking about right now that are also kids that are on the rise as well. So that group in whole, as from players to coaches, it's a special group. You cannot let success be your downfall. Like, we got to stay hungry every single week and continue to get better. That's just the only thing that I tell everyone.
Hey, man, we can't get out of here without talking about that 10U too, man, because I got there early enough to catch a 10U. Hey, man, is it number 22, number 26, number 3, the quarterback? Man, I even want to give a shout out to you. I think it is your backup quarterback, number 0, who came in and also led the offense down the field for a score.
From a recover for a touchdown.
Man, that was a great game. And I know we just seen recently that somebody's looking for you down the road, man. So how is that 10U evolved? I know a lot of people don't really talk about you guys as 10U team, but where do you see that 10U team at right now?
The 10U team is getting better each and every week. Not to sound too cliche, but the guys that you named are ball players. Tylen Shaw's a baller. Carlos Bama Hawkins a baller. Seno Tavo's a baller. And the backup quarterback that came in, Red Hudson's a baller. And that's just 4 of them. The team is full of ballers. They do a hell of a job. They compete at practice, and they're all players that could go somewhere else and really contribute to that team. But they're here at Bullet. Nobody's selfish on the team. Everyone can make a play at any given moment. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to get the W and keep getting better.
Hey, man,
Is that Terrence Shaw kid, Tyler?
Yep, that's T. Shaw kid.
Okay.
T. Shaw got about 20 of them out there.
Yeah, T. Shaw, T. Shaw got a few kids, but they all ballers though. He doing something right.
No, shout out to T. Shaw. That's my dog and stuff. We all good. And now, before we get you out of here, let's talk about that 12U real quick. They went out and handled business against the Grand Prairie Hurricanes on the 13U, and y'all so good, y'all have to play 13U team sometime.
Yeah, I mean I'm not going to take nothing away from the group, but we have a lot of special athletes on that 12U team that all can go somewhere else and play and be that guy. Like from the first team to the guys that don't get in as much. Everyone on that team, when they go to their middle schools, they're the starting running back, and they're making heck of amount of plays. So they also come together. They're getting coached up. They're getting better. And the only team that we've lost to so far is the number 1 team in the nation from the Fort Lauderdale Hurricanes. Outside that, we're rolling all cylinders. You know, I'm not saying I'm happy to be number 2, but that's a special group where you're looking 5 to 6 years from now. It's a lot of D1 talent that's clearly on that team. They just have to stay the course on and off the field.
That means that Richardson High School might be winning a state title in the future. I'm pretty sure you're going to get a few of those.
Bring the heat. Let's go Eagles.
Hey, let's go. Speaking of that, before we get you out of here, man, I think it's unique that you can have a high school coach that also runs an organization as well, because you get to see, on the high school level, how things are ran, and then how you can implement some of those things to your program as well. Is there some things you take there or vice versa?
Absolutely. I'm thankful to be underneath the great head coach, Coach Holloway, who's very structured, organized. I'm just learning a lot from him that I can take with me to help me become a better coach and also run my org better. So thankful even he taking a chance on me there, but definitely soaking it all in, man. And the amount I learned of just, being a high school coach in this short amount of time is pretty cool because I'm going to apply it all back to the youth, especially my organization.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, tell Coach Holloway, Pat from the Dub said, what's up? We had him on the Dub of last year, so great coach, as you said.
Yes, sir. I'll do that.
But man,
And
that
what is that, Rick? What is the record looking like, Coach? What are y'all now? What are y'all?
Right now, Bullet Football Academy is 23-1 heading into week 5.
Ooh.
And then at Richardson,
Talk that talk.
yeah,
What about Rick?
2-1 headed into district play. We play Berkner this upcoming week.
Ooh, big matchup. Big matchup. Another coach that I'm fond of. I had him on our on the Dub as well. So yeah, that's a big time matchup. And man, good luck to you. Man, shout out to your fans too, boy. The Bullet fan base be all over the shows and all over the Facebook page, man. Shout out to them.
Hey, it's not possible without them and the parents in our organization. They have no clue how much I appreciate them for sacrificing their time to show up, come to practices, deal with whatever I give them, and continue to bring their babies to get coached up.
And there you have it, man. Terrence Bullet in the building. Bullet Academy. Thank you for coming out. Y'all got any last words y'all want to say to him before we let him go?
Man, appreciate your time, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me. I'll talk to y'all later.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Fumble recover for a touchdown for Bullet Football Academy.
Hey man, how can I get that Big U Sports League merch?
Hey, you asked for it. We got it. Big Youth Sports League merch. Go to our website, thebigyouthleague.com. Go to the merch tab and choose the merch you want. We got t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, and anything you need. Thebigyouthleague.com. Our staff will create these pieces for you and mail them off to you. Drop ship at the drop of a dime. Big Youth Sports League merch at thebigyouthleague.com.
Man, we would like to introduce our next guest, man. Tim from the Eagle Mountain Horn Frogs. Hey, Pat, introduce him. Let's get it.
Hey, I hope I don't butcher the name, but Coach Tim Boppadu, correct?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
All right, I'm pretty sure they call you Tim B at practice.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No doubt. Well, hey, man, Eagle Mountain Youth Association, EMEA for short. Hall of Fame put me on game about you guys in the preseason. I know he said he went out there and did some games. He said, hey, Pat, them boys got something. And this was before I knew that you was going to be part of the APU, Age Pre United, put together by Premier and Big U Sports League. And he told me, he said, you guys had something. You guys played one of our teams on our traditional side this weekend, had a good weekend. I think it was 2-2 or 3-1. But I watched some of the games online and stuff. Great, highly competitive games. Man, it's a movement out there. How you feel about what you guys got going? And this is the first year that EMEA has been together as a full organization like that.
Yeah, so this is the first year we put it together. Me and Carlos Cody, shout out Carlos Cody. He's the president. He runs all the track and stuff. But yeah, we put it together. We got some really good coaches that came on board, kind of had the same vision, and it just took off after that. I mean, every age level right now is highly competitive.
Absolutely. And speaking of being highly competitive, you guys got a highly competitive situation going into the weekend. You guys got Bullet on the docket, so I'm super excited about these matchups.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. We got mad love for respect. We got a couple kids over there that we know from previous years, from being around where we're from, and they're over there. So it'll be good. It'll really give us a test to see where we really stand at and what we really got coming up for the rest of the season. Like I said, we're just a recreational organization. We don't get to handpick our kids. We get the kids they give us. We don't get to have tryouts. We don't get to do none of that. So, I mean, for what we're playing up against every weekend, I like what we got. So,
All right, so you guys play out at Chisholm Trail, correct?
yeah, that's the big brothers. We're the little brothers.
The little brothers. All right. So what areas are you guys kind of pulling from? You know, Eagle Mountain. I'm not as familiar with that side because I'm from the Dallas side. But what areas? What other schools are kind of in that area that y'all pull from?
So in our Eagle Mountain, we got 4 high schools that are in our Eagle Mountain ISD. So if you look at our roster now, it's probably about 80% Eagle Mountain ISD. So they're all from within Saginaw. I mean, we do have some that are outside, but the rest are all from in Saginaw.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Name all the levels. I know you got 5U.
So we got 5U, 6U, 7U, 8U, 9U, 10U, and then our 11U, which plays 12U, but D2 because they're all 11. They got like maybe two 12-year-olds.
Gotcha. Okay, and so kind of like most teams now, not really doing the 12U thing, letting them play junior high school.
Yeah, and the way our district is set up, that's how we have to have it.
Gotcha. Okay, I was like, yeah, I want to see the 12-12 for real, but that seems to be a thing of the past now. But man, what levels do you feel like, man? Hey, these levels are cool. We good here, but man, this level or 2 is like, man, this is our standard. This is what we rocking with.
Man, honestly, so I really couldn't even say. I mean, I would think from 5 to at minimum 10. You know, our 11U is still fresh. They got a handful of newer kids, and they're trying to get accustomed. But their ultimate job is not really. I mean, of course, everybody wants to win, but they ain't strictly forced on winning. They're trying to get them kids ready for middle school. So they're probably going to take, a couple hits on the chin and playing that 12U D2. They're up for a challenge. But when I'm talking 5U to 10U, I mean, my 5U, if they play any 5U teams, they smash them. They devour them. 6U's only lost 1 right now. They play Texas Faith Warriors. Shout out to them, man. That 6U team ain't no punk over there. But our 6U held it down, did what they're supposed to. Our 7U was a first-year head coach. Started off with like 8 kids. We recruited nonstop, trying to find kids from the district, trying to find kids all around, and now they took off. They've only lost 1 game, and every other game has been blowouts. Our 8U is still undefeated. They just played that high-powered Texas Faith Warriors 8U, which, I mean, that team has talent all across the field.
Speaking of 8U, let's show some of your highlights before we move on your 8U.
Okay.
Quarterback keeps running right hand side. He could go. He's being chased.
He will go all the way.
And that'll be a fake touchdown.
Touchdown.
From the 3.
3rd down and goal. They'll empty the backfield. Let's see what we got. Quarterback keep walks into the end zone.
And he's in the end zone for a Frogs touchdown.
More Frogs.
Touchdown. Now you see me. Look, mama, your boy on TV.
26 seconds. Will the Texas Faith defense be able to stand? Oh, he burst up the middle, and he will go all the way.
And then he breaks it front.
Right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier.
Hey, shout out to Mike Riley on the call. Y'all may not know this, but he's a big Texas Faith Warriors fan, man. He's I like the way he calls games, boy. He was calling on Jesus and everything in the booth. But shout out to Mike Riley on the call. National Sports League.
His son's on that 8U, so I bet that was kind of people on both sides of the fence right there for sure.
Oh, no doubt. You could just hear it in his soul. Oh my God!
I'm gonna shout out the AU coach, man. He's a first-year head coach. He's younger. He's going through all the wrinkles coming through. It's just being a head coach, dealing with the ins and outs. When things changing. Like I said, we're in a new league. We're a new association. We're doing a lot. So AU, shout out AU, 9U. 9U got a bunch of dogs. They lost a tough one against the Chiefs Elite. They had self-inflicted wounds. I think they should have pulled it off. I mean, they was in the red zone a handful of times, but then penalties killed them. So, but they're gonna bounce back. They're gonna be where they need to be. They were undefeated until the Chiefs Elite. That was gonna be a good test, and then they got another one against Bullet. Then my 10U, that's the team I coach. I'm gonna be honest. If you ain't got a Kaufman County line, you're just standing in our way. Really, we got a test though against Bullet. We'll see how that goes. Shout out to the Kaufman County Cowboys. Though they gave us our first loss in a long time. For all 4 quarters, 13-0. I see a lot of, teams quitting on them and they ain't getting to finish the game. Blah blah blah. We went all 4 quarters and like I said, the outcome's only 13-0. So, we're gearing up to hopefully get to see them again down the road. But yeah, my
No
team.
doubt. No doubt. And then your 11U get to finally play a straight up 11U as well this week. So I think on all levels you guys will be tested. Man, Hall of Fame, God, dog, we got so many games of the week and stuff, but we got to figure out. That's why I'm asking. I'm trying to figure out how we can get over there and cover some of that Bullet action as well. Hall of Fame was at Bullet last week when they got a couple of big wins against Dallas Elite and Flame game. So, man, we look forward to it. And the movement and what you guys got, very impressive. I think this weekend is definitely going to be a litmus test on both ends. Everybody will see what it really is on that APU side. I think between y'all, Kaufman, and Bullet, man, there's a lot of great action and a lot of great football.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, man, we got much love for what they do over there in Bullet. We've had this one circled on our list because we said if we get there, ahead of the chains like we're supposed to be, then that'll be our good test, because Bullet got a great organization over there. So we're gonna see how we're tested.
No
If I had to pick a game of the week for that weekend, and of course, I wouldn't even pick myself. I'll give it to the AU because AU's still undefeated. So that's the only one still in the association undefeated. So hey, until someone beats them, they're gonna be my game of the week. And I would love to pick my own team, but like I said, at the end of the day, I'm gonna give them their flowers when it's due because they're undefeated.
All right, hey, Hall of Fame, we just got our assignment, man. That might be it because they just beat Dallas Elite and they did a dang good job. Also, I want to shout out to the Texas State Warriors for stepping up and playing in Texas Power Ranking games out there with EMEA. They didn't have to do that. So shout out to them for going out there and stepping out on faith and putting in some good work. Coach, any shout outs you want to give before we get out of here?
Man, like I said, I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said, man. Shout out to Katie over there at Texas Faith Warriors. Like I said, they dropped it on him last minute. I want to say on Wednesday, and he pulled through. And if not, we would have 4 forfeits. So I appreciate him, filling in those games for us.
Absolutely.
Other than that, man, just when you see that purple and white, there's a new purple and white out there. So when we come through, man, if you ain't purple, black, and white, you in for a day.
Hey, man, I told y'all them horn frogs had some out there. Don't sleep on them horn frogs. They got some. I seen in that battle of the 820. They got something.
Hall of Fame told me. He told me.
Man,
shout out, man. Appreciate you for jumping on.
Yeah, before I hop off, I want to shout out to, the big brothers, Chisholm Sherrill High School, because they undefeated, man. They ain't won games in a long time. So shout out to Coach Holmes and all them and supporting us. Appreciate y'all.
No doubt. I think I had them on the Dub one time or whatever. I run a high school podcast too. So, hey, shout out Big U Business. Coach Tim B in the building.
Uh-oh. 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 Will he do it? Oh, whoa. He'll be wrapped up and brought down, but he's run on the play. A sneak it. Has a big hole. Truck stick up the middle, and that'll be a touchdown. Chiefs.
Touchdown, now you see me. Look.
Hey, we back, man. Hey, y'all see them highlights. Keep dropping the highlights on my post that I post in the Big U Sports League page, man. I want to see all the highlights going into week 4. But Raymond gonna recap some more of this 8U games for y'all.
All right, man. So was able to see the 8U Dallas Elite versus the Bullet game as well. Again, shout out to the entire the entire Bullet Football Academy coaching staff, 8U coaching staff, and how you guys were able to get that game done. Great defensive effort on that 8U part from the Bullet, keeping a very explosive Dallas Elite team really pretty much contained. So man, great shout out, great game plan, man. Bullet bouncing back from the game that they had against, TNT. Played a really close game last weekend. I think won 14-13. Then come back to beat Dallas Elite this weekend with the 6-0 win. This upcoming weekend they have EMEA 8U. And EMEA is coming off a win over the Texas State Warriors 8U from last weekend as well. So there's going to be a great game. Dallas Elite going to have to figure it out on offense. Second game in a row that we have not put any points on the board. And we're not just and then again, shout out to the Bullet defense, man, because they caused, I'm not going to say they caused, but Dallas Elite had at least 5 to 6 turnovers in that game. I actually lost track of how many times they fumbled in that game. A few they were able to maintain and get back, but there was a lot of them. Man, Dallas Elite from week with TNT where it was the pre-snap penalties that killed them, to this week it was the turnovers that killed them. So Dallas Elite 8U has beaten themselves the last couple of weekends. They play really good opponents. However, you can't play a good opponent and also yourself at the same time. So Coach G and Coach Chad, they are definitely going to have to figure something out. Dallas Elite's defense is not the issue. Those kids play really, really good defense. But again, you cannot be one-dimensional in this type of league and have any kind of success.
Nah, facts. That's true. But hey, up next, man, we're going to get right along into the rankings that y'all been waiting for. We want to start with pure age or we want to start with traditional ranking? Which one you want to do first?
Man, let's start with the just throw them out. No, I don't even care. Whatever's back there, man. Whatever's back there. Let's see what we got.
So we're gonna go with pure age first. Top 5 rankings, week 4. Let's get it.
Let's see what we got.
So coming in at number 5, we got the Red Raiders. Number 4, Eagle Mountain Horned Frogs. They're in 6U division. Number 3, Kaufman County Cowboys. Number 2, Texas Wolves. And then number 1, Bullet Elite. Y'all let me know in the comments right now what y'all think. Do Bullet Elite deserve
And I gotta get, the reason that you guys are gonna see a couple of these traditional teams, man, that they carry that type of weight. Texas Wolves is ranked in the state on flag, man. So again, they're just one of them teams. I think the Texas Wolves are a lot like Sleazy Mob, man, where they are traditional org, but it doesn't matter who you line them up against, man. They gonna play, and there's a good chance they're gonna win.
Nah, facts. Y'all let me know, man. Bullets number 1. Coming in 7U, we got North Texas Cowboys at number 5. Texas Tar Heels drops to number 4. Then we got number 3. What's your number 3 team?
Number 3 is Liaison. That's Little Am Youth Football Association thing. That's Little Am.
Little Am in the building, coming in number 3. Then we got number 2. We got the Eagle Mountain Horned Frogs that moved themselves up. And then number 1, still running the show, Bullet Academy, man. Y'all let me know in the comments right now. The Bullet run 7U.
Hey, man, that means that this weekend you're gonna have Bullet versus EMEA on that 7U level. So another weekend where the 7U Bullet team is gonna be playing a top tier opponent. So man, hey,
you gotta protect home, Bullet. You gotta stay number 1. Can they do it? We'll find out next week. But move right along to the 8U division. Coming in at number 5, we got the North Texas Cowboys. Number 4, we got Dallas Elite. They dropped down to 4. They took their loss this week. We got coming in number 3, Eagle Mountain Horned Frogs. Number 2, Bullet Academy. And then number 1 team is TNT. I need to change that logo to the Bulldogs. But what y'all think about this 8U division? Y'all let me know in the comments.
Man, that AU division is tough, man. I mean, even TNT just took a loss this past weekend to Space City. So there's gonna be some jumbling and some mixing up coming down the road, man, to where We're going to see how this shakes out because these 8U teams are starting to ramp up, man, and these games are getting closer and closer.
I like it. Competition all around the Big U Sports League. Age per and traditional. But we also move along to the 9U division. Coming in number 5, we have North Texas Cowboys. Number 4 will be North Texas Chiefs Elite. Number 3, Kaufman County Cowboys. Number 2, Eagle Mountain Horned Frogs. They moving up on all levels. Then number 1 team to beat is Bullet Academy, man. 9U division.
Now, my only issue with that is the fact that the Chiefs 9U just won over Eagle Mountain, if I'm not mistaken, this past weekend.
You're right. You sure right. So Chiefs should be up higher than that 4th spot. Correct?
Yeah, now here's the thing. They should be, but then here's the other thing too. The Chiefs had back-to-back losses too. So I honestly think that this is gonna shake itself out over the next couple of weekends. But me personally, I probably would have had the Chiefs up higher, possibly. But hey, that's just me, man.
Hey, there you have it, man. Chiefs keep working, keep putting in their work, and move up to that number 1 spot to beat Bullet Academy. They running the show right now. And we move right along to that 10U division. Coming in number 5, we have the Texas Elite Thunder. Then we have number 4, Eagle Mountain Horned Frogs. Coming in number 3, Kaufman County Cowboys. Number 2 be North Texas Chiefs Elite. And then Bullet still running the show. Number 1 team to beat on 10U.
Hey, again, that North Texas Chiefs Elite team, man, that is a traditional 10U team. They can line it up and play against an age per team. And so I can see why they would be on this list because I think, as a matter of fact, they actually have some games coming up with some of these teams, man. They have a game with Bullet coming up. And then we're going to see, if they're going to get to run into them Kaufman County Cowboys, man. They've been in the Big U League. They're on the page, man. They putting up their posts, they putting up their videos and their highlights, man. And I think they looking forward to it. So that's a good one. Bullets 10U team. Again, I got to see them in person this weekend, man. Very impressed with what they did. So they have the Chiefs Sleazy Mob coming up down the road as well. So it's gonna be a game where we'll see which one of those teams are the big dogs in the league when it comes to that 10U level.
There you go. Y'all let me know in the comments, man, what y'all think about the rankings so far. Week 4 is going down. But we're going to move right along to the 11U division, the age period. Coming in at number 5, we have the North Texas Cowboys. We got a new team alert in the rock came to rise up. We got the Dallas Seahawks coming in at number 4. Number 3, I messed up this one, will be the Kaufman County Cowboys. Oh, I've messed up this. Number 1 would be DEA. And number 2 is Bullet Academy. I don't know why my logo didn't pop up on here, but Bullet Academy is number 2, DEA is number 1. What y'all think about 11U? I know everybody sound in the 11U division, they want the number 1 versus number 2 to play against each other. Bullet versus DEA. Will you think that ever happen?
It should, because DEA is actually in the league. They are one of the league teams. And Bullet, of course, is in the league as well. What has happened is, these are national level type teams, and so they have out of conference games. So there's a good chance that they may not see each other to a championship game. But I look forward to that. I think you can't have two teams that good, that closely located together in the same league at the same time. Like, there's got to be a top dog. There is no such thing as a 1A and 1B. When in the rankings and the standings, right? There's got to be a leader of the pack, and there's got to be a champion. So, man, I think that is, I think that game is building steam, and I think it's coming down the pipeline, man. It's just a matter of time. But, again, we got some heavy hitters in this league. So this is where we're growing. This is where the league is right now.
Y'all let it know in the comments, man. Y'all think Bullet can take down DEA? Then 12U, coming in at number 5, we have the Red Raiders. Number 4, Iron Horse. I haven't seen them yet. Have you saw them? I haven't seen the Iron Horse yet.
Seen some of their scores, but that's pretty much it.
And then coming in at number 3, Dallas Cardinals on 12U. moved up on the list. And then number 2, who this Edge team? I never seen them either. Who this team? Number 2.
Edge is a 12U team that comes out of the Premier League. They are, not mistaken, they're undefeated right now. But again, the top dog on this level, man, is Bullet. Like, and until otherwise stated, like, Bullet 12U run Texas. I know we have the pound for pound rankings and stuff like that, man. And I think with some of our pound for pound teams losing over last weekend, they may be the pound for pound leader of the entire league. Man, I just don't know where their competition comes from, considering that their only loss comes from the number 1, number 2 rated team in the entire country. So, yeah, man. And then the Dallas Cardinals, again, another traditional team that I think can hold their own. Well, no, I don't even think. I know could hold their own in the age per division as well. So, hey, man, great ranking list, man. Great ranking list.
And there y'all have it, man. Age pure. Week 4 rankings. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Is it right? Is it wrong? Keep grinding. Keep balling. We want to see y'all in week 5. Who will move up? Who will move down? You're watching Big U Sports week 5 podcast. We'll move right along to the traditional when we come right back after commercial.
Hall of Fame TV have partnered with D1 Nation to bring you some of the hottest youth content live streamed directly to the D1 Nation platform, so you can catch all the action of the D1 Nation Nationals going down in Dallas, Texas, 2024. Join today. Add your team to the list. Who will be crowned 2024 D1 Nation National Youth Champion 2024 on Hall of Fame TV. Hey, let's play D1. Hall of Fame TV, we will be in the building. Let's get it.
Man, I see them highlight plays from them kids, man. Hey, around the Big U Sports League. I think Big U Sports League got some of the best athletes around in Dallas right now. I know there's other leagues around Dallas, Texas. They got some athletes too, but right now, Dallas, Big U Sports League looking real good for 2024. I think they can compare against a lot of other teams around Dallas. But we're gonna get into the rankings for traditional Big U Sports League 2024. We're gonna start off with that 6U. Coming in at number 10, we got Lancaster Bulldogs. Number 9, Dallas Rhino. Number 8, DFW Cobras. Number 7, Grand Prairie Hurricanes. Number 6, D-Town Panthers. And then the top 5 teams in week 4. Number 5 is Wichita Leopards. Coming in number 4, Texas Fate Warriors. Number 3, North Texas Chiefs. Number 2, Dallas Cardinals. And then we got a new leader this year. Texas Wolves coming in number 1, the team to beat. Man, what you think about that list, Raymond?
I think that's a pretty good list. I think you could go back and forth with the Cardinals and the Wolves. But the crazy thing is they play this weekend, right? So you got to actually have a number 1 versus number 2 situation this upcoming weekend with the Wolves versus the Cardinals. I think the consistency of the Texas Wolves is just going to hold them in place. And then again, like I say, the Cardinals, man, they've had some really close wins. And so again, we don't know until the end if that's building up winning character or if it's just something that where, they could potentially have a bad game at the wrong time because of these types of close games. But we're going to find out this weekend.
Hey, let us know, man, what y'all think. So Cardinals be number 1, or Texas Wolves deserve to be that in 1 spot, week 4. But we will find out week 5. They got to play each other. But keep it pushing right along. 8U. Coming in number 10, we got Lancaster Bulldogs. Come on, Lancaster Bulldogs. You got to move up on this list. Number 9, D-Town Panthers. Coming in number 8, Grand Prairie Hurricanes. Number 7, DFW Cobras. And then 6th spot will be Dallas Rhino. Our top 5 going into week 4, AU division. Wichita Fall Leopards coming in number 5. Number 4, Texas Wolves. Number 3, North Texas Chiefs Elite. Number 2, Dallas Cardinals. And number 1 team to beat week 4, still Texas Fate Warriors. Do y'all think this right? Do Texas State Warriors deserve that one spot even though they took the L this year? I mean, the loss this week?
So the thing about how I would look at that, I mean, they lost to an age per 8U team. Like they played age per teams this past weekend, man, and they held their own. That 8U game I think was 12-8, and I want to say the 10U game was 8-6. So they too are starting to be one of those teams, man. And they may be able to be on either side of the bracket. Because their traditional 8U and 10U, but their traditional 8U and 10U can hold their own against age per teams. And I think the way that those games happen and then who they lost to, man, I don't think that you can hold that against them because they played up a level of competition. Again, I think it still comes down to just perfectly honest, man. And it's really the Texas State Warriors and Cardinals race to run right now, but nipping at their heels, man, is that North Texas Chiefs elite 8U team and that Texas Wolves 8U team. Man, you know, they right there behind them. So I think those top four teams, man, they gonna battle it out towards the end. But again, Texas State Warriors, that 8U team, even with losing to that 8U Eagle Mountain team, I still just have a hard time seeing too many other traditional teams beating them.
There you have it, man. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about these comments. I mean, what y'all think about these rankings so far. Hey, they got to come to play week to week. It's not no biased list. You got to win to move up. But we'll keep it pushing right along to the 10U division in the traditional rankings. Coming in at number 10, we have Grand Prairie Hurricanes. Number 9, D-Town Panthers. Number 8, DFW Cobras. Number 7, Lancaster Bulldogs. Shout out to Lancaster Bulldogs. See y'all moving up on this 10U level. And then number 6 is Dallas Cardinals. Ooh, Dallas Cardinals dropped down far. But the top 5 teams, we got number 5, Wichita Falls Leopards. Number 4, Dallas Rhino. Number 3, Texas Wolves. Texas Wolves staying in their top 5. They're not going down. Then number 2, North Texas Chiefs Elite. And the team to beat again, 10U, Texas State Warriors. What you think, Raymond?
Same thing with the Texas Faith Warriors 10U team. Again, played an age per 10U team this past weekend. Only lost 8-6. It just goes to show you how good that 10U team really is. But I think they have a showdown with the Sleazy Mob in a couple weeks, and that's really going to determine the trajectory of where this 10U division goes. But the Texas Wolves, man, they're getting hot at the right time. I think potentially you could see Texas Wolves and Texas Faith Warriors locking up again. And I don't know if it would look like it looked the last time. I don't think that MJ, as long as I've known him coaching and running an organization, him, Fern, Ken, I just do not see them allowing you to do what you did to them the first time, second time around. So I think that that's something that's brewing that could come down the pipe down the road. So, man, looking forward to that. But right now, that Texas Faith Warriors 10U team are still something to behold with the twins. Aiden, I think is it Aiden and Namir? The Bell brothers. The Bell Boys, that's my name for them, the Bell Boys. So I think they're going to be a tough out. But, man, that Sleazy Mob, Sleazy Mob is just like, it's like that lion that's just sitting on top of the mountain, man. It's just, it's an ambush coming at some point in time. So I think people should probably have their heads on a swivel when Sleazy Mob walks into a room. But, yeah, that 10U division is looking really good this year.
Okay. So y'all let me know in the comments, man. Do Texas State Warriors still deserve to be number 1 spot on that 10U? They are the team to beat right now. But 12U, coming in at number 8, we have Dallas Rhino. Number 7, DFW Cobras. Number 6, Texas State Warriors. Then the top 5 teams, week 4, we got North Texas Chiefs Elite coming in number 5. Wichita Falls Leopards, number 4. Lancaster Elite Bulldogs, number 3. Texas Wolves, number 2, and then Dallas Cardinals is a team to beat, number 1 team, week 4. What you think, Raymond? Ain't nobody beating the Cardinals right now. Cardinals looking hard. I want to see that matchup between 1 and 2 this week.
That's going to be a good matchup, man, between the 12U Wolves and the 12U Cardinals. Um, yeah, that's going to be a good matchup. I don't even know if we have decided what the game of the week is for this upcoming week,
We have
man.
not. We have because there's so many good games, so we don't know if it's gonna be that 12U, 8U. We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Right. And so, man, that just may be where we are this weekend, man. We might be at the the Cardinals and Texas Wolves, because of the that flag game. 1 and 2 on that flag level. That 8U game, man, seeing if the BTA boys, if they are, if they've gotten themselves back on track, because the Cardinals 8U with Kyrie is a problem. And so we'll see if Devin has the solution to that problem. That 10U game is going to be good. Doyle is coming off of a loss that he possibly was not expecting to happen. So that I'm pretty sure that's got their attention. MJ and Ken have that 10U rolling right now, man. They're coming downhill. They're getting physical. And in that 12U game, man, with Boo Man and Cam and Rodney and Big Tyson, going against the very physical Texas Wolves team, very physical offensive line. They also have a big running back and those two dynamic wide receivers with that quarterback. Man, that quarterback is probably one of the best quarterbacks that I've seen in the league this year on that 12U level for the Texas Wolves, man. And so gonna be great out there. But yeah, 12U again, the Dallas Cardinals, man, they're number 1 on the traditional side. They're number 3 on the age per side. Like I don't know too many 12U teams outside of, a Bullet or maybe a Texas Elite out of Houston that can hang with them on that 12U level. Maybe TCU out of Fort Worth, something like that. But again, they are still top 5 in the entire state on 12U.
There you have it, man. Dallas Cardinals is the team to beat. Week 4 rankings. But before we end this show, hey, they getting some of them the players you seen Heisman watch. Let's talk about some of them Heisman watch kids that you seen, Raymond.
So some of the Heisman performances that I saw this weekend, captain with the Chiefs flag. Again, kid is just growing, getting better and better as he's playing more often. I'm sorry, captain is with Texas Faith Warriors. Sorry. Captain is with Texas Faith Warriors. Great game this weekend. Devin Freeman II, Chiefs flag kid, big time player. They had a great win this past weekend. He's continuing to grow. Ace with the Texas Wolves flag, man. Ace, I don't think gets as much attention and love as he possibly should, because they have G Baby on that team. G Baby is well known, possibly one of the top kids on that lower level that we have. So I want to give a shout out to Ace, man. I've seen him get busy a couple times, man. I just don't think that we talk about him enough. Again, Kyrie, that on that 8U Cardinals team. Kyrie, man, again, is just a special kid. His running back skills, his IQ, his ability to find holes. He really has great running back vision. If he was a Madden player, man, he'd have a 99 running back, ability to find the holes and stuff like that, man. Number 0 for Bullet, 7U, man, again, just absolute dog. Like, this kid was born with that in him, man, and just his makeup, you could just tell in that. I was watching him run around and playing when they wasn't playing football, and he just still has this he has this aura about him. Super competitive kid. Number 1 for Bullet, 7U defensive line. Somebody put that kid up on that Heisman list, man. We got to have more linemen. You know what I'm saying? To me, that kid was the reason that game looked the way it looked. All those other skill players that was out there, but to me, it was number 1 of that defensive line. Number 18, amazing star, man. Seen him get busy. Mr. Braylon Richardson for the Chiefs. 10U just added as usual, man. Number 26 from Bullets, 10U team. Number 22, I think, from Bullets, 10U team. Number 3, the quarterback for the Bullet 10U team, man. He got busy, man. And then Bullet got up, man. They came in with their second string, their second quarterback, number 0. Man, amazing kid, man. I was joking with Terrence, man. He may have that Texas problem, right? He may have Quinn Ewers and Archie Manning, you know what I'm saying, within the same program at the same time right now, because number 0, that quarterback, he came in, he led the team down the field for a score. Man, so yeah, bro, our kids got busy this weekend. That was mainly a lot of the kids. I know we got a lot more. I want everybody to keep promoting your kid, keep promoting your athlete, sending them videos, them highlights, all those things, man, because we really do watch these kids. We really do track these kids, see where they are, man. So all you got to do is just put them on my radar, man. Like we say, me and Hall of Fame, we'll pull up. You know what I mean? Like we really want to see what these kids are doing and be able to talk about them in a very knowledgeable way. And then you guys help with that. You know what I'm saying? Put us on to some kids and who they are. Other big thing, man, is I really like to know who these kids are, know their names. A lot of times people give me these nicknames for these babies. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be hard for me to keep track of, you know, I might have 4 Jujus. You know what I'm saying? So I like to know who these kids are. So when you guys are in the comments putting their nicknames, also put their names so that we can really give these kids the recognition that they really deserve, man. So, man, I'm just looking forward to it. Great season so far. More and more athletes coming out. This week, more of our Heisman athletes will be on the field. So, man, hey, big youth, baby. We rolling.
We rolling, man. Yeah, keep, like Frank said, keep promoting the kids. That's not all the kids on the watch list. They just the kids we seen with our own 2 hours this weekend. It's more kids. There's more kids in the league. But it's only one can win the Heisman Trophy. But keep submitting them Heisman candidates today. We want to watch out for them. Like Raymond said, we will pull up and check them out. But that will bring us to the end of our show. I appreciate y'all for watching episode 5 of the Big U Business Podcast. See y'all next time, man. It's going down. Week 5. Appreciate y'all for watching. And we out.
Hall of Fame TV have partnered with D1 Nation to bring you some of the hottest youth content live streamed directly to the D1 Nation platform, so you can catch all the action of the D1 Nation Nationals going down in Dallas, Texas, 2024. Join today. Add your team to the list. Who will be crowned 2024 D1 Nation National Youth Champion 2024 on Hall of Fame TV. Hey, let's play D1. Hall of Fame TV, we will be in the building. Let's get it.
Hey man, how can I get that Big U Sports League merch?
Hey, you asked for it. We got it. Big U Sports League merch. Go to our website, thebiguthleague.com. Go to the merch tab and choose the merch you want. We got t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, and anything you need. Thebiguthleague.com. Our staff will create these pieces for you and mail them off to you. Drop ship at the drop of a dime. Big U Sports League merch at thebiguthleague.com.
D. Ali's trainer right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. The heavyweight champion is taking the mandatory 8 count.
Yes, sir.
How y'all feel?
Fire!
That shit weak. How y'all feel?
Fire!
How y'all feel?
Fire!
What's up, fellas?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, fellas?